Hello students, welcome to the virtual classes at Nalanda Plus 2 Science College. I am your English teacher. Today's topic we have selected in London in minus force. In London in minus force, written by Louis Fischer, who is known to be a journalist, a columnist, a writer. Okay, and he was American, and he was a great admirer of Mahatma Gandhi, and he had closely observed Mahatma Gandhi's works as a freedom fighter, as a social worker, and he had written his life history, his biography in the book named The Life of Mahatma Gandhi in the year 1950. So as he was an admirer and a close observer of Mahatma Gandhi, here in this particular topic he narrates about his achievements, his activities, and his about his personality through this piece of prose in London in minus force. So we can modify this title, The Man in London in minus force, should be the suitable to this topic. So the man on whom it is talked about in minus force, the man in minus force in London. The man in minus force in London, he is none other than Mahatma Gandhi. And he is a well-known figure in India and the world. And he writes about his a short stay in England during the second roundtable conference, okay, held in London. So, about his achievements, about his success or failure, or his performance during that roundtable conference, this is the article, okay, and this is an extract from the life of Mahatma Gandhi, written by Louis Fischer. Okay, so Louis Fischer, though an American, he admired Mahatma Gandhi the most as a freedom fighter, as a nobleman, as the father of the nation. Okay, and here he narrates elaborately about his short stay in London during the second roundtable conference that was held from 7th September 1931 to 1st December 1931. Okay, so from September to December, this is about 2 months. Okay, his 2 months of stay at London, how he spent there, okay, how he met people, and what achievements he got there as a leader from India. Okay, so he writes here about his going to London. So the text starts here in Unit 1. In Unit 1 he says, Gandhi sailed from Bombay on the SS Rajputana at noon on August 29, 1931, accompanied by his youngest son Devdas, his chief secretary Mahadev Desai, who, he said, outboasted well. So here you see the people who accompanied Mahatma Gandhi. He was not alone to go there to London to attend this second roundtable conference, but some people accompanied him, and they were his own son, youngest son Devdas, his chief secretary Mahadev Desai. Here Mahadev Desai was a prominent character here, okay, in this particular chapter, whom Mahatma Gandhi said, out Boswell, out Boswell. Here you see, Boswell is the verb here. So, this proper noun, Boswell is a proper noun, and this proper noun has been made a verb. Okay, so this is a character, this is a personality who keeps detailed accounts in a diary. Okay, so he calls Mahadev Desai out Boswell. Boswell is a character, Boswell is a person who takes all the accounts, keeps all the accounts of a schedule. Okay, so he out Boswell, that means out Boswell means outside. So he was more than Boswell. Okay, he admired his work and he called him out Boswell. And Mahadev Desai was his personal secretary. Okay, he was keeping all the records, all the accounts, okay, of his schedule. When to meet people, how to meet people, what should be the topic, when to go, when to meet. Okay, and another person, Miss Slag. Here he talks about Miss Slag. So Miss Slag is a personality who is a lady from Britain. Okay, and his original name was Madeline Slag. Okay, and later he was named this Meera Behan. He was later named Meera Behan when he came to India to settle there with Mahatma Gandhi. He left his own house at Britain in London, okay, in the year 1920. Okay, and getting inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, he came to stay in India and to join the independence or freedom movement in India. Okay, and another Pyarelal Nayak and aide. Aide means assistant. Okay, he was an assistant of Mahatma Gandhi, and G.D. Birla, the textile millionaire, and another person, Pandit Malavya, and Mrs. Naidu, Sarojini Naidu. So all these dignitaries were accompanying Mahatma Gandhi to London to attend the second roundtable conference. Okay, and here Gandhi was proceeding as sole delegate of Congress, and here it is remarkable that Mahatma Gandhi was representing Congress. Okay, and the party was fighting for the freedom of India, and Mahatma Gandhi was the sole delegate. Sole means only one delegate from Congress, and others were accompanying him from other sectors, from different sectors, okay, of life. Okay, one is a millionaire, businessman, another is social workers, okay, and some are assistants, okay, and some are secretaries, but only Mahatma Gandhi was delegating Congress. So this is quite remarkable. Why only Mahatma Gandhi was sent to that conference? Because Congress had full confidence on Mahatma Gandhi, and here Louis Fischer says no other delegates were necessary since he spoke for the organization and for a considerable segment of vocal India. So Congress thought Mahatma Gandhi was the voice of India, okay, who was well equipped and he was known to be sufficient to be the person, to be the delegate, to be the representative to that conference, roundtable conference, to represent India, okay, to represent the people of India and the voice of Indian people, okay, what they needed, what they required, what was their demand, okay, to place there in the conference so boldly. So Mahatma Gandhi represented Congress to be the voice of India. Okay, so his remarkable representation here in the first paragraph has been described by Louis Fischer so elaborately and so concisely. Okay, and here one thing, considerable segment of vocal India. Considerable means to the requirement, not more, not less. That is called considerable. Okay, and here from this, that means he has chosen such words for this man, that considerable, not more, not less. Okay, and in the second paragraph he says that in London from September 12th to December 5th. Okay, and here in the first paragraph it is remarkable that he sailed from India, from Mumbai on August 29th. In the month of August, 29th, end of August he started. Okay, and the conference was to be held on September 7th. Okay, September 7th. So, how many days he should take that to reach London? It was quite 29 means 2 and 7. That means whole 10 days. Okay, so it took 10 days to reach London. Okay, in a ship called Rajputana, SS Rajputana. Okay, and in the second paragraph he says about his short stay at London. How he stayed, where he stayed. Okay, and in London from September 12th to December 5th, he stayed most of the time at Kingsley Hall. In Kingsley Hall, okay, this Kingsley Hall, it is of a church. Okay, this is of a church and this is a Union Church, and there he stayed an East Settlement House as guest of Muriel Lester. Here another character comes into the topic, that Muriel Lester. So she was also a dignitary in Britain who was well known to Mahatma Gandhi, and she was also an admirer of Mahatma Gandhi, who was inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's ideals. Okay, so she became the host of Mahatma Gandhi, and that Muriel Lester was a lady, a social reformer, and there Mahatma Gandhi stayed for during that roundtable conference, who had visited him in 1926, and she had also come to India to meet Mahatma Gandhi in India. So, being a guest to Muriel Lester, he stayed there in Kingsley Hall. Okay, during that during that roundtable conference. Okay, and what was his schedule? What he was doing during his leisure time? So, in the mornings, he took walks through the nearby slum areas, and he was a very normal man. He was a very common man. Okay, and he always behaved like a common, not any dignitary. Though he went to attend that conference, world level conference, but he behaved there, he lived there like a common man. Okay, and he was always eager to meet common people. So in the mornings he took walks through the nearby slum areas. Okay, to the slum areas he visited. Okay, he did not go to any important places of tourists. Okay, but he went on a walk to the nearby slum areas where very poor people could be found. Okay, and that's what he did. And men and women on the way to work would smile at him and engage them in conversation, and later came to their homes. And there, whom he met in that slum areas, in those slum areas, he could meet such people, those who are known to be very poor. And he was interested in these poor people, so he could meet them, he could be friendly to them, he could talk to them. Okay, and after that, he would go to meet them in their houses. Okay, and he visited. Okay, he visited them, their houses. Okay, and on the way from work or to work, he met people, he talked to them, and he understood about their miseries, their comforts, okay, their livelihood, their lifestyle, and their mentality. Okay, everything he discussed openly with them. Okay, and people were also treating him with a smile, and he engaged them in conversation, and he was very much comfortable to talk to them. Okay, on their way to work or from work. Okay, so he was very comfortable to talk with those people, though he was a dignitary, though he was representing that world-class conference, but he behaved there in London so in a common way with common people. Children called him Uncle Gandhi, and people behaved him like a common man, and the children there behaved him calling him uncle. So he became so close to them, even the children called him uncle. Okay, Uncle Gandhi, and sidled up to him and held his hand. So even the children became so fond of Mahatma Gandhi that they came so close to him, and sometimes they hold him in his hands. Okay, and one mischief-loving youngster called out, and there were very naughty children, and he met them so closely and so friendly, so affectionately they were coming and holding his hand. And one mischievous boy, okay, mischievously asked him, "Hey Gandhi, where is your trousers? Hey Gandhi, where is your trousers?" So this is like a mischief, because everybody knows Mahatma Gandhi, but those small children were felt so what you can say, comical, when they found Mahatma Gandhi in trousers, sorry, not in trousers but in dhotis. Okay, that was his loincloth. Okay, usual loincloth, and a shawl round his shoulder. So that boy curiously asked him, "Hey Gandhi, where is your trousers?" Okay, so everybody in London ought to wear trousers, but Mahatma Gandhi was such a person who was looking different to those children, and a mischievous boy asked him, okay, so boldly, that, "Hey Gandhi, where is your trousers?" But how Mahatma Gandhi behaved? He had a simple laugh. He had a simple laugh, and that you can call a good laugh. And that was only the reply to the boy. That means he took it so humorously, and he enjoyed that comment. Okay, so it seems that he enjoyed that comment. Okay, he did not irritate, he did not took it otherwise, but enjoyed that moment with the children, with the people. Okay, in the slums, early in the morning, every morning, okay, he was visiting, and he enjoyed that with the slum people, and the slum children. And during this short stay short stay in London, he enjoyed, okay, meeting people in the slum areas, okay, being a very common man and being so close to them. So this is about your first unit, and in the second unit we will proceed in the next class. But before that, you read this and get some more information from some other books about this second roundtable conference at London. Thank you very much.